When it comes to Morgan dollars, it's the rare coins struck at our only Southern mint down in New Orleans that have become some of the most sought after in the entire series. Tonight we have two coins from the middle of the 1880s that have less than 5% of their entire mintage known to exist today in any condition whatsoever. This is the 1883 and 1884 Mint Morgan dollars in beautiful, uncirculated condition despite being well over 138 years old. The 1883 is item number 9051280. It's 9051280. And for the 1884 issue, it is item number 9051912. It's 9051912. And while our limited supplies last, we are just $69.95 per coin, a price that has us at least $80 less than our nearest competition for a beautiful uncirculated issue struck by the New Orleans Mint. You can call in at 1-866-518-5933, or you can head over to our website, avccoins.com. Head up to the search bar, and for the 1883 O, put 9051280. It's 9051280. Or for the 1884, put 9051912. It's 9051912. And grab two rare New Orleans Mint Morgan dollars in beautiful, uncirculated condition more than 138 years later, while also saving yourselves more than $80 per coin. Now, the New Orleans Mint issue coins have been quite hard to find for collectors today, and that's because the New Orleans Mint was known as the hand-me-down mint among collectors. This was a moniker that it gained due to the fact that all of the coin dies and presses used in New Orleans actually came secondhand from the Philadelphia, San Francisco, and even the fabled Carson City mints. As a result, the strike quality in the Morgan dollars struck at New Orleans just did not meet the standards that we had become accustomed to looking at the beautiful pieces struck by San Francisco and Philadelphia. As a result, the vast majority of the New Orleans Mint Morgan dollars were melted down and destroyed for their silver content after the 1918 Pittman Act. As a result, very few are known today to exist in any condition whatsoever, and these two coins are the perfect example of that unique fact. In 1883, it was just the 5th year of issue at the New Orleans Mint for the Morgan silver dollar. They struck 8.7 million total Morgan dollars, yet when you look at population reports today with NGC or PCGS, they have certified just 302,802 total Morgan dollars in any condition whatsoever from the New Orleans Mint in 1883. That's from VGs all the way up to stunning MS64s and 5s. When you break that down, that's just 1 in every 30 coins struck, or just 3.4% of the entire 1883 New Orleans Mint Morgan dollar mintage. That is an incredibly rare coin. When you can find the 83 with our competition, they want over $150 for an uncirculated piece. We are more than $80 less at just $69.95 while our limited supplies last. Now, 1 year later in 1884, they struck even more Morgan dollars at the New Orleans Mint. They struck 9.7 million total coins. Yet today, just 486,292 are known to exist in any condition at all with PCGS and NGC. And that's from VGs all the way up to stunning MS64s and 5s. When you compare that number with the 9.7 million they struck originally, you have less than 5% of the entire mintage known to exist today in any condition at all, let alone in beautiful uncirculated condition like these coins are here. When you can find the 1884 with our competition, a true uncirculated coin would cost you more than $155. We are more than $85 less at just $69.95. At $69.95 per coin, you can buy both coins with us tonight and still save over $165 versus our competitors' nearest prices. Over $160 less for two of the harder to find Mint Morgan dollars in collecting today. Now, let's just remind you just how old these silver dollars are struck in New Orleans. back in 1883. That was the first year that Congress would authorize the creation of a steel Navy ship. The iconic boats that became known as Ironsides during the Civil War were initially agreed to by Congress in 1883. Grover Cleveland that same year would create and sign a bill which created the iconic Niagara Falls State Park. The iconic Wild West criminal Black Bart, aka Charles Bowles, also would rob a stagecoach in the beginning of this year that would leave a clue that would lead to his ultimate downfall. And it was the first time in U.S. history we switched from localized time zones to the 5 continental time zones thanks to the United States and Canadian railroad companies. Before that, every single local jurisdiction had their own specific time. It was quite hectic when it came to traveling. 1884, 1 year later, saw Alaska officially become a U.S. territory, not a state, just a territory. Gravity Pleasure Switchback Railway, which is a mouthful, opened up in Coney Island, and it was one of the world's first ever modern roller coasters. 1884 was also the first year that Mark Twain wrote The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. And it was the year that we saw the first ever World Series played in the history of the United States. It was played between the Providence Grays and the Cleveland Blues. The Grays would go on to win 10-2, and it was the second and final National League pennant ever won. But it was the first game ever called the World Series. We are just $69.95 for these rare New Orleans Mint Morgan dollars, a price that has us at least $80 less per coin than our nearest competition. If you buy both of these coins with us tonight, not only do you get 2 138-plus-year-old silver dollars struck at the New Orleans Mint, you'll also save over $165 versus these 2 coins with our nearest competition. To understand how good our value is tonight, at just $69.95, we are at least $43 less than our competitors' heavily circulated coins. They want at least $113 for a heavily circulated piece from 1883 and 1884 with the iconic O mint mark. We are significantly less at just $69.95 for a true uncirculated piece that is the perfect addition to any silver dollar collection. But make sure you call in now. Coins this rare at a value this good are not going to last long. And once we sell out, that is it. We only have a couple of rolls of these iconic dates left in stock, and once they're gone, that is it. Call in now and grab yours before they're lost to history.